Okay, there we go. That should be working. We should be getting audio in. Let's give her a tap. See if we get that coming in through Mixer here. Okay, there we go. That should be working. We should be getting audio in. Good dealio. How are you all doing out there today in Chatland? I am Colin. Welcome to the stream. I'm excited to be here as always and be hanging out with you guys. It's been a very busy couple of weekends for me, so I'm glad to be back in the swing of things, glad to be streaming, glad to be hanging out with all of you guys out there, keeping it real, keeping it cool, and just having a good time. So today I thought we'd do some sketch cards, some sketches, some warm-ups, stuff like that. I think it's going to be exciting and fun and just an enjoyable time. My wife had requested that I do some sketch cards, so I'm going to cut them out now, and looks like we're getting the chat back up. Hi, Connor Halligan. How are you today? Good to see you. So, we're going to start with this. Let's sharpen up the old pencil. No use drawing with a dull pencil. Oh, there we go. So while I'm cutting these out, you guys can start thinking, what kind of stuff would you like to see drawn today? Connor, my man, I am doing good. It's been a busy couple of weeks. Going to be busier still coming up, but I'm feeling good. So I just did, in the past 5 weeks, I did 4 conventions. So yeah, it was kind of busy. And I'll have another one coming up in 3 weekends. So that's going to be pretty interesting, I think. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Hey, Peggy, how are you? Good to see you. 1, 2, 3 and a half. So there's our half. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and a half. So yep, another convention coming up here, and it's going to be Pulp Fest. The old school, if you know anything about 30s and 40s pulp magazines, or even if you don't, if you know characters like The Shadow or Doc Savage, stuff like that. So it's a convention all about that kind of stuff, so it's going to be good. And Connor, gives a vote for the Wolfman. I like it. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Half. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Perfect. And these are just measuring out the cards so I can cut them, which is good. Yeah, and then after Pulp Fest, it's going to be a little bit of time before the Erie Comic Con, which is in mid-September in Erie, Pennsylvania. Right up my alley, you guys know that. Just the name of the town, Erie, makes me smile. Brings a smile to my face. I like it. Are these crooked? Are these crooked? Let's find out. So what have you all been up to? Anybody see any good movies? Watch any good stuff? I got a ton of VHS tapes at Monster Bash that I am super pumped. Yeah, this is all sorts of crooked. Wow, what happened here? That I am super excited about getting into coming up. So that is exciting for me. But how about y'all? What have you guys been watching or doing or being interested in? I've been on a Godzilla kick. I've been on a Universal Monsters kick. I've been on a cartoons kick. A little bit of everything. The Wolfman remake from 2010. That's the Benicio del Toro Wolfman movie. I know he didn't make it, but he was the lead star in it. I could tell you this. I liked it more than the 2017 Mummy movie, that's for sure. I actually didn't think it was too bad. I like the special effects. I like the makeup, I guess we'll say. The movie overall was pretty good. Who's that? Emily Blunt, right? That's John Krasinski's wife. Is easy on the eyes, so that's not too shabby. Oh, and Peggy, I've got a paper trimmer. Believe you me. I'll bust it out here, but I just got to measure it out right. 2.5. It's a half. 1, 2. 2.5. That's all we can do for that to get 9. But yeah, I generally like the 2010 Wolfman. Will it be? Is it as good as the original Wolf? No. But it's still a pretty cool movie. Like, I'll probably never watch that Tom Cruise Mummy movie again. You know, maybe once. But the Wolfman from 2010, I'd watch that again. And that right there says a lot. If it's a rainy Saturday afternoon and your movie's on TV and I decide, yeah, I'll watch this, then that's usually a good sign. Okay. Boom. There we go. So we have our 9 sketch cards set up. And Peggy, I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to trim these suckers out. On the big boy. Let's see if I can zoom out for you guys. Why? I don't know. Boom, perfect. So I'm going to start by trimming the excess off. And I just want to make sure I line it up just right. And I know with this cutter, if you hesitate for even a second, it cuts funky. So it's got to get it done nice and quick. Thank you, Peggy. It does have a laser in it too that I need to change the batteries on. It shoots a little laser out so you can like see where you're trimming. But we've had this thing for a number of years, and so the laser's just a tiny bit off at this point. So I like to eyeline it personally. Just because if the laser's off, even if it's off by a fraction down here, it gets it wonky up there. And I don't like any wonky cuts. So we'll get this finished up. When I first started in the art thing, I guess we'll say, I made my own business cards and I cut them on this bad boy. Many years ago when I was a whole lot, a little younger and a whole lot less wiser. So it's a good time. And I love the sound it makes too. That swishing noise as it just cuts through the paper like butter. Beautiful. Very good. So yeah, actually the sketch card selling has gone pretty good at conventions. I wasn't sure, but I'm down to 3 sketch cards left total out of my whole like 20 some I made. So that's not too shabby. Hi there, Saurian Music. How you doing today? Good to see you. Is that the music of the dinosaurs? Because that's all right with me. And Connor, which monster remake would I like to see? Well, Connor, I gotta say, if they do it right, I would like to see the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Hey, B Killer, how you doing today? Oh, thank you for hosting me, and thank you, Hypebot, for letting me know. Yeah, my mic does sound a little off. I apologize for that. I'm using the onboard mic here right on the camera. My other mic has disappeared. I don't know where it is. I looked today for like a half hour and That's a hard thing to disappear, so I don't know what's up with that. But if it's too bad to listen to, you guys let me know and I'll try to figure something else out. If it's too irritating or whatever. And sorry, music, I'm doing excellent. All right, so let's zoom us in here and we can get on with our Wolf Manning. One more. Gets a little pixelated when I get in too far, so hopefully that doesn't look too bad. Okay, so the Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr. I love it. And let's bring up a little bit of reference. And I think that'll be good. Now, should we do the Lon Chaney Jr. original Wolfman? Should we do the 2010 remake Wolfman? Or should we just make up our own Wolfman? That is the question for you guys. Because we can do whatever. It's kind of fun to work at this small scale, I have to say. I like it. And we're going to keep this to pen and ink right now, as that was requested earlier. Oh, we got remake, then original, then now. C'est intéressant. Very interesting. Okay, guys. Looks like we are going to have to... Well, Sarian, when you say now, do you mean the current, like the latest, the 2010 Wolfman? Because that's gonna determine. Either way, I could start drawing in a face here. They're very similar. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Can you guys see my pencil lines, or is it too light for pickup here? Hopefully not too light. Okay, so yep, so that's 2 for the remake version. Sorry, Peggy. I love where your head's at. Believe me, I do. I actually did, if you check my Instagram, I believe, I have, from before Monster Bash, a Lon Chaney Jr. / the Wolfman pick, which was pretty cool and a lot of fun to draw. And I'm just trying to get a good look at him here for this. And he's got some wild hair. But yeah, they definitely keep it pretty good. And I love the fact that for the most part in the movie, he is a dude in makeup. He's not CG. Because if they made that movie tomorrow, he'd be an all CG Wolfman, I would guess. You know? And I don't like that. But yeah, they did Rick Baker, I believe, who did it. Good job on the outfit. Good job on the makeup. Very, very cool. Definitely kept the beats of the original, but made it his own thing, which I definitely approve of. And that's pretty neat. Isn't Elrond in the 2010 movie? Elrond the Elf? What's his name? Hugo Weaving. We gotta make him look fiercer, man. He's gotta be fierce, like ultra fierce. And I feel like his eyes just don't have that fierceness in them right now. So speaking of Universal Monsters, I was looking online. I've been, like I said, I've been on a Universal Monsters kick recently. Oh, thank you, Sarian. Much appreciated. I've been on a Universal Monsters kick. I got a ton of stuff at Monster Bash, which if you're interested in taking a look at, I'll show you guys maybe later here. Some of the cool stuff I've been picking up or been into. But one thing that I had from when I was a kid, and this is the 90s, so I'm coming at these Universal Monsters way, way later. I mean, if they were made, the Wolfman in 41, that's at least 50 years. And I was coming at it when I was a kid. But they had this Universal Monsters coloring book from, it had to have been like the very early 90s or the late 80s even. And I really want to get it because I remember looking at all these pictures and just being like enthralled. And I hadn't seen all of these movies at that point in my life. I was pretty young, so I remember not really being able to watch them. I remember being freaked out by the original Mummy, that scene where they bury Imhotep alive. They mummify him alive. Man. And so I hadn't seen all these movies at that point. But I just thought the book was really cool, and it got me interested. Like, what's going on? What's happening in this scene? And so I'm like, man, I want to buy that again. So I've been looking on eBay for it because it would be a neat thing just to have that. And I had an old Creature from the Black Lagoon puzzle, which I really liked as a kid, with the creature coming out. Alright, so this Wolfman's got to come along. Like I said, I wasn't digging the face there. And let's see here. Get some teefies in that mouth. Aw. And I feel like he's not snarly enough. Really got to get that snarl look. Just that intense tension in his brows arcing up here. Because I want this guy, like I said, man, I want him to be like Tyra Banks fierce, you know? There we go, that's cool. And then we can erase this over here because we don't really need it. See, he's kind of coming out this way, all the hair coming out like that. I dig that. I dig the look. All that hair around him. And I need a better image here of what his forehead looks like. Because Larry, the Talbot Wolfman, he's clearly got the hair radiates from like this point out. So this guy, kind of, but not as much. He's got that gray hair up in there too. That's cool. And then there we go. All right, so there we go. That's our first look. What do you guys think of that? Hopefully it's showing up on the camera okay. Not bad, not bad. And we can get into what's the word I'm looking for here? We can get into inking it in. Move some of this because I got to get my brush. Okay. All right. So let's get in. I wish he was up a little further. I wonder. Yeah, it's almost like there's too much forehead up here. And not enough chin down there. Let's redo this guy. So let's start the heck over. Okay. So this time, eyes up further. I know what it looks like. We can go pretty quick with it. You know, I had the pleasure of speaking at some of these conventions with some younger artists came up. And they asked me advice, to which I was like, ask somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. But they're like, hey, do you have any advice for drawing and that? And one thing I forgot to tell them, and I should have, is that you can always make more art. So don't worry about if a piece gets a little messed up, it sucks, but you can always make more, you know? Always. So nothing's too sacred for you to just throw out, start over, erase, or whatever. And I remember when I was young in school, that was my MO, that, you know, if I sat with a piece of paper, there was no such thing as like sketching. It was like, I have one shot at this. And everything I draw is going to be a masterpiece or I'm going to abandon it. And that's just absolutely not a good way to do things. Let's get his little mouth put in. That right there is already better. I can see that. Already better. That's good. We can actually see that. I mean, it's still pretty low, but the whole thing just flows better for me, which I dig. So then we can get in the cheeks here, which kind of come in this way. He's got not a mustache, but the hair comes up there. And then he's got hair coming this way. It all kind of flows out from the face. Down this way. Again, out from the face. And then let's see, does he have ears? He might have ears, I don't know. I don't know if the 2010 Wolfman has pointy ears or not. I would hope so. Yep, I think he does. So they're kind of hidden in all this hair, but I'd like them to kind of be there regardless. That's cool. Give him some crow's feet there. Poor Larry Talbot, man. His life is one that just kind of sucks. There we go. That's a little better, I think. And there we go. I like that. That's cool. All right, so now we can start inking it in, finally. That was good. Get some fresh ink. And I'm going to need to replace this. This is my Quad Zero watercolor brush. And that is going to need to be replaced sooner rather than later because it's like curling at the end. I'm not sure why or how. But it's giving me double lines where I don't want double lines, and I hate that. And all kind of other fun shenanigans. Good times. And again, I just felt that those brows are such a prominent feature on him that it would be a good place to start. There's no real game plan with that. It's just brows look good. Go there. I just start adding in just lines and wrinkles and stuff like that. Now I like this over here. This is a little not that great to me. So let's see if we can make that brow just a little sharper, a little harder, and get that fearsome quality out of it. And being that he's organic, you know, he's not like a spaceship or a filing cabinet. Needless to say, the lines are going to be a lot more. You can just throw them kind of willy-nilly where you need them to go, rather than being these like precise angles or something like that. Yeah, if you take away anything from this stream today, folks, the fact that the Wolfman is not a spaceship, that's the takeaway. Okay, that's good. Getting the eyes in. And now it's just these like shadowy areas here. Under the eyes, the not bags necessarily, but just since your eye is an orb and it's sitting in your face, there's these areas where you know, they kind of protrude a little bit above and below the eye. Start getting in these cheekbones a little bit. That's good. I like that. That's coming along. Gives little kidney-shaped nostrils. Aw. So adorable. From here, it just kind of goes quick. So I just try to make determinations as to where I want things to go. Now, the other thing I need to determine is where our light's coming from. So we can either have it be the upper... Well, you guys pick. Where do you want it to come from? Upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. You guys decide. Because I can just kind of put in some outlines for now and then thicken lines up later once we determine where the light's coming from. Pardon me. Okay. And for just a little bit of reference. There we go. And going once, going twice, 3 times in the chat. If anybody has any suggestions, speak now if ever hold your peace. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with my best judgment here. I think I'm going to do light source coming from the... We'll do upper left. I mean, just keep it in a line there. Just kind of getting these under eye areas in, because I think that's a cool look for it. Definitely up in here under the brows. Got to get them in. And I don't want it to be jet black up in there. I want there to be a little bit of that white, so it doesn't look like it's just pure black, because pure black plays tricks on the eye. Which I don't care for. And now we can start putting in some of this hair. And I'm going to do it definitely thicker along the brow area, as it's essentially going to be casting shadows down, so keep that nice and thick. Just nice curved lines. Another good Wolfman, I have to say, another good Wolfman design. Oliver Reed from Curse of the Werewolf, the Hammer Wolfman movie, is a cool looking werewolf, and he's like white. I dig that. You don't see that much. And I like that. I mean, that's the thing about like a werewolf or any kind of makeup like this, that you've either seen it before and it's been done well, or it's something like brand spanking new. And this definitely falls in the seen it before but it was done super well category. He's a very traditional looking Wolfman. Our boy here. That lower jaw in there. like so. I think that's why for a long time anybody making a werewolf movie felt the need to make their suit look more like a traditional wolf and less like a wolf man. But then even then, that then goes the other direction, because then it's like, oh, everything's it's very wolf-ish. Less man, more wolf. And now we've almost come full circle again, because I feel like there's a lot of werewolves that aren't wolf men. They go from person to big wolf. And I don't know how I feel. Like, that's okay. I mean, it's all right. But I prefer my wolfmen, you know? That's what I like. Okay. So let's keep going with this. And the black areas where his hair is down here are going to connect in with his mouth, so that there's not much of a differentiation between the dark areas of the hair and his mouth area. So we can kind of start filling in that gap. Just a wee bit. And we can continue moving along. So the original Wolfman, well, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because, what was I about to say? Is that Bela Lugosi, you know, Dracula, was the wolf that bit Larry Talbot and turned him into the Wolf Man. But Bela Lugosi's wolf was just that. He was an actual wolf. He wasn't like a wolf guy. So I'm wondering why Larry then turned into a wolf man and not just a wolf. But then again, I'm probably putting much more thought into this than the screenwriters did at the time. But that's okay, man. That's what makes movies and stuff like this really cool parts of life, is that you can talk about stuff for decades, you know? Alrighty, there we go. Let's keep that tooth good there. Areas up here need to get filled in, darkened up a bit. And we are coming along nicely. The Del Toro Wolfman. See, he's got hair all over the place. So much cool art out there. And just looking at the reference for, you know, the Wolfman here. There's just a lot of neat art. A lot of nice stuff. It's one of my favorite parts about going to conventions and shows is seeing like what everybody else has. Seeing and talking to other artists and discussing how they work and their techniques and all that kind of good stuff. It's a blast. I would recommend it. Okay. Let's keep it going. At this part, we're getting into his little Wolfman ears. Aw. So cute. Give that kind of a fill in there. Same with in front here. And then I'm going to switch over to a different brush. This is the old 00. I'm going to use that for, it's a little bit bigger. And allow me to start putting in these big, huge strokes up here, which we're going to need. I can go in nice and fast and get these areas filled up. Alright, we're coming along nice at this point. We can get these bigger areas just filled in. There we go. Choo. And that should hopefully dry up relatively quickly. And to kind of close her off, I'm going to add in some dark up here, some pure black. And down along this exterior side of his face. Like a so. All right, there we go. And one last thing is to put in pupils for the Wolfman. We can give him some extra, some lines here, just to kind of sell the whole adamantium rage thing he's got going on. And there we go, to kind of tone the nose just a wee bit. A couple just little tiny lines here and there to give the impression of fur on the face, like a little downy fur. Same with back here. I don't want this to stick out too much, so let's tone it just a bit. And we're going to add in just a couple more highlight, or not highlight, shadows up here. All right, cool. So there we go. There we have the Wolfman. We'll let him dry up, and then we can erase, and I can sign it, and maybe add in a little white highlights here and there. Very cool. Perfect. A little water cup. Swish it around. And that is that. All right, so what do you guys think? What is next? We could stick with Universal Monsters, do the Creature from the Black Lagoon. We could do, my wife suggested, let's see, what did she say earlier? She said a cow and a chicken and a pig stacked on top of each other, or a dragon. So, sehr interessant, Maria. Much obliged. All right, let's scoot you out of the way, Wolfie. You kind of look like McCready from The Thing. Let's do something fun and wacky. Unless you guys out there in Chatland have a specific thing you want to see, let me know. And we can do whatever you guys want. Black and white. We're going to stick with ink today. So let's do the cow, chicken, pig thing. I'm try to keep it cartoony. Drawing a nice cow here. Cows are weird. Cows are real weird. I like them. And you got to put a cowbell on a cow. I mean, them's the rules. So there's our cow. You guys can come up with her name. I'll get you started. Professor McCow. And then we need a pig on top. Like a cute pig. Not like that horrific Peppa the Pig. Ugh. All right, Peggy, you take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. So, an adorable pig. You guys can come up with the name of the pig. Better not be Peppa. Good pig name? Steve Piggington. I don't know. Dr. Steve Piggington. Aw, pigs are so cute. Man, I love looking at these pictures of baby pigs. Good God. And then it needs little pig stuff. Aw, pigs are so cute. Little feet. And then on top of the pig, a baby chick. That's what we're going to go with. Aw, baby chicks are cute too. Okay, so let's get this sucker drawn. Inked, I should say. And I'm going to start up at the top here with this baby chick. Get the areas that are in shadow first. Man, our baby animal's cute. So what are your guys' favorite baby animals? I'll give you my Collins top 5 cutest baby animals. Number 5, baby three-toed sloth. Yep. Number 4, baby duck. Yeah, oh yeah, I went there. Number 3, baby platypus. Number 2, baby regular pig. And number 1, of course, you guys knew it was coming, baby guinea pig. And that is my top 5 cutest baby animals of all time. Boy, this is some quality content you guys are getting today. Oh, man. Whew. All right, get this pig ear put in. My dog used to love eating pig's ears back in the day. Old Jazzy. Yep, miss that old hound. Pigs are neat. How many creatures have snouts like that end so bluntly? Very cool. Okay. And that curly little tail at the end. Oh. One of the reasons pigs are so cute. They're weird ass curly tails. All right, now for our friend Cal, whose name is, of course, Calzilla? I don't know. Why not, right? It's as good a name as any. All right, get that thrown in. Some nice nostrils. Everybody has them that breathes air. Fish don't count. They have gills. And even though the cow is happy, she got to have one of them cow frowns. She got to have some cow ears happening. And the happy cow chin. I need to get better at drawing animals, right? Like from my head. I've never been good at that. There are people that can do like, they'll just boom, draw a horse. Like they won't even miss a beat or anything. Me? No way, man. Too many weird lines and stuff. I don't know. Okay. I can add some cow spots because seriously, what's a cow without cow spots? Hopefully these don't make it look like a zombie cow. As I realize it might look like she has chunks taken out of her. And that's no good, as Sonic the Hedgehog would say. Alright, so for my wife, we have a chicken on top of a pig on top of a cow. Fair enough, man. You know, whatever you want, sweetheart. And then just to give it a background, let's just add in some quickie clouds. And there we go. Chicken on top of pig on top of cow. We'll throw it up there with the Wolfman, who's drying nicely. Gotta say, drying nicely. All right. What do you guys want to see next? If anybody's out there, feel free to throw it into the chat. That's good. If you're just watching, I will try to read your mind psychically and determine what you want to see. It's probably not going to end well. I'll warn you on that. I'm trying to act psychically here. Use my psychic abilities. Something's coming to me. You guys want to see... not a fish. That's no good. I don't know. Star Wars character? Star Trek character? Horror movie character? I don't know. How about a good old-fashioned Astro Brain? I think we can do that. That nice brain in there. Astro nostrils. Oh, and then it looks like all my streams crashed. Good job, Restream. Astro Brains have 6 teeth above, 5 teeth below, apparently. And they're constantly drooling. Ugh. No, I don't like the teeth. They're too clodhoppery. I don't know. Too big or something. I imagine their mouth is filled with like sharp needle-like teeth. Good for just chewing the crap out of someone. That's a little better. Next time I invent a character, I'm giving them flat, easy to draw teeth. Astro tentacles there. Good deal. Okay. I think I can work with this. And then I have to wonder, do Astro Brains have goat eyes that are across like that? No, I kind of like the single piercing eyeball. That's good. All right, I can definitely work with that and get some brains drawn in. Drawing brains, always the highlight of my day whenever it happens. And we're going to keep it nice and loosey-goosey. So we shade in these areas here. Keep it good. Pardon me. And then now we draw all of the brain parts. I know all the little wrinkles will each have their own name, like in medical jargon. I don't happen to know them. If anybody does out there, please let me know. Or, if you don't know, feel free to make it up. I'm also good with made-up brain parts. As long as they sound about right. This right here is the lobula deliquata I'm drawing in. The lobula deliquata, yes. It's a good time. Looks like once again all my stuff has dropped from Restream. Thank you, Restream. You're doing great. And as we continue to draw brain parts in here, the stream continues to crap out on me. Good job, streaming service. I'm very happy about that. And for these, I'm not even worried too much about realism. I'm just getting in some like goofy brain pattern. Just like various curves and stuff. No big thing. Like I said, I have no idea about all the different parts of an actual brain, so I will just make it up. Pop quiz, hotshots. From what planet do the Astrobrains originally hail? Before they conquested Earth and won twice. That's right, they are from the planet Brainulon. Yes. Not many people knew that because I just made it up right now. But yeah, the Astrobrains originally from the planet Brainulon until they brought their special breed of mayhem and destruction to our humble planet Earth. So it was a good time. Brainulon, quite a paradise. They had rivers of molten steel, naturally occurring, of course. You know, all kind of good stuff. Funny thing is, the Astrobrains are a lot more like humans than the humans would ever want to admit. For instance, they love eating meat. Yep. It just so happens that the meat they enjoy is human flesh. But I still think the point stands. They're a lot more like people than we think. And even though eating people is an inconvenience for the people that are being eaten, doesn't matter to the Astrobrains. People are tasty. Mm-mm. All right, let's get this big old Astro eye in. think that'll be good. I also like the idea that the Astro Brains have one of those membranous eyelids, right? Then instead of going top to bottom, go side to side. Like they close in here and here. I think that's fun. There's a nice Astro eye. In their giant UFOs they came to conquer and steal our women folk. The Astro Brains. Dun dun dun. What do they do with the women folk? You don't want to know. All I'll say is it involves clog dancing. Evil, evil bastards. Alright, let's get his little nose put in. His cute little Astro nose. And there we go. We can start putting in the little teeth. And that'll be fun. Like so. And I'm doing them pretty wide here so I can make a black area inside the mouth. Because that's going to be needed here coming up. And there we go. Good deal. Looks like YouTube still won't connect. Damn it all. I'm loving whatever's happening here. Why it decides to do this, I'll never know. But we'll get it filled up here. We'll get it done. Okay, get his cheek put in, the cheekbone. Little spots are just like diseased bits of flesh and stuff. Sinew, bits of muscle. That's why these guys are so much fun to draw. One of the reasons. And some slimy, slimy tentacles. Yes. Gotta love slimy tentacles. I do. All right, let's get the rest of this jaw put in. The other side's cheekbones, the other side's brains will do. We'll get this put in pretty quick. Like so. So yeah, the Astrolons from planet Brainulon. Man, they were not too happy when they intercepted some TV broadcasts. The game show is on Brainulon, the sincerest form of insult one living creature can give to another living creature. So to see all these game shows, man, they just had to come here and kill us all, make slaves of us, turn the fittest and healthiest males into mutant slaves. Man, they did not enjoy what they saw. That's okay. We have our brightest scientists on the case, man. To keep it real, keep the peace, and maybe find a way to stop them. All right, let's add in some black just like before. We're going to use the bigger brush, the 00. I need just a pinch more of this stuff. Before I go in completely filling it with black, let's add in some tentacle areas here. So we know that the tentacles are radiating out from the head. Like so. Good. And we're going to tone those down here too a little bit later. Don't know why it's giving me problems here. But we're going to just make the best with what we got, folks. I'm actually going to kind of pick this thing up so I can get along this edge without getting onto my cutting mat that I do all my drawing on here, because ink doesn't clean up well. Found that out the hard way. Good times is all I'm going to say about that. Same with over here with these edges. This way I can just kind of zip them right to the edge. There we go. And we have this big area here. There we go. Okay, we'll lay that down. We'll do the inside of the mouth next, which I think will be good. Don't know why the YouTube and Twitch are continuously trying to connect here. It used to be so easy. I just hit the Stream Now button and it would work. It's very frustrating and I don't know what the cause of the issue is. I just don't have enough time to really get in there and try to figure it out. I don't know enough about all this stuff to truly just be like, oh yeah, that's the issue, and then fix it. Go, and then we can kind of add in some of these lines here, because I don't want these tendrils in the back to be super pronounced. Do one of those, and then over here too, same deal. Aces, guys, aces. Now I can just work on adding in a couple little random lines and the like. Good deal. Now we'll let this one again dry. We'll go back to our Wolfman here originally. And we will try to wipe this thing down. Erase all these lines. Same with our cowy, chickeny thingamabobbery. And the Astro Brains we're going to wait on. I'm going to work on doing some of the white stuff here. Looks like YouTube is back up. I don't know why. I have no idea what the deal with the streaming is. But it is what it is. Nothing I can really do about it. Nope. It's the old white paint pen. This is the new one. So I'm actually going to take some and do some lines in the eyes. So. And we're going to give just a little bit of outline here. Some of these hairs. Like so. That sounds good. The Astro Brains one is drying up nicely. I think I can safely get in and erase some of this stuff. We'll find out. We'll find out. That's for sure. If it's not dry, I will learn the hard way. Good. And then we can, of course, add in some oozy slime. And there we go. I'm going to sign these guys up. And of course, can't forget this happy little cow. Good deal, guys. That is a nice selection of random dudes. Which I like. And I'm happy with how they all look. that's it. I think I'm going to call it for the night, you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Anybody out there watching, thanks for watching. I don't know what's up again with the stream, why it's giving me garbage like it was 2 weeks ago. I absolutely hate that about this. I don't know how to fix it, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'd be happy to take any ideas you got. So until next week, thanks for joining in. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day. I've been Colin, you've been amazing, and we'll see you on the next live stream for Markers and Monsters. Good night, everybody.